So my business is called Steals.com, and it is an e-commerce company. We sell one amazing product every single day starting at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's the best price online for 24 hours for that product, always something high quality. We have 4 websites in the Steals.com family. Baby Steals was born in April of 2008, and then a year later we launched Scrapbook Steals in 2009. In the fall of 2009 we launched KidSteals.com. And then in 2012, we launched SheSteals.com, which is all products for women, everything from jewelry to footwear, stuff for your home, and that kind of a thing. And we're actually going to be launching some new Steal sites very soon. I actually started the company in my garage, believe it or not. I had this idea when I was pregnant with my 3rd child, and it was a girl, and it had been 6 years since I'd had a baby, and I had 2 boys. So I was finally able to, I had a great career, so I was able to, spoil a baby finally. So I started looking online for all the latest and greatest baby products, and I didn't have time to go to any of the brick and mortar stores because I was a full-time working mom and always so busy. So I was looking for a place online that just spoon-fed a busy mom like me amazing products and told me why they were cool and what the story was behind the brand, and I couldn't find it. The other element to that is that I am a really big frugal shopper. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm cheap, but I always knew the best place to get the specific products at the best price. My friends would always tease me, they called me the .com princess, because at the time I just knew where to get the best deal on things and really into value, and I've always loved brands, but I wanted a great deal. So combining those two, I was kind of looking, like I said, for a place that curated amazing products to busy moms like me, and I wanted a great deal too. And when I realized it didn't exist, I decided to create it. Now keep in mind, this was before Groupon and Zulily and a lot of the other huge flash sale sites. So I did not model the company around anything like somebody else was doing. I modeled it around what I wanted for me, and I realized that, wow, if I can't be the only mom in the world that really wants someone else to do the shopping for them and really, bring them amazing products every day at a great deal. So once I realized it didn't exist, I decided to create it. Me and my business partner, when we partnered, we agreed that we would not pay ourselves for the first year and put all the profits back into the business to hopefully see it grow. And so that first year was really difficult because I clearly wasn't getting any money from the business, but I actually had left my job. And I had an amazing, amazing career actually at KSL and loved it. But I had to focus on this idea to get it going. And I actually moonlighted for about 5 months. So I launched the business at the end of April in 2008. And I continued to work my full-time job during the day until September. So that was so completely difficult. And a lot of people ask me, how did you know when you had to make the change? And the way I knew was simply the fact that it was 4:30. I'll never forget this moment. I knew that I had to get up in, an hour and a half-ish to get to work, and I hadn't slept yet. So that was the day that I put in my resignation, but I was so scared because I had already agreed that I wasn't going to pay myself for another, 6 months. So what was I going to do? Luckily, I had always been, I had a great career and I had saved a lot of money, but I had also put a lot of that money into the business and into investing in products. So it was really that moment where for me, I couldn't continue, physically doing those 2 roles. So I had to stop and focus. And if I look back, the advice I would have given myself or I would give someone else in this position is you got to focus on it. And at the end of the day, if you already had a good job and you left a good job to go start a business, start the business, because you can always go get another job, right? You can always go back to your, maybe not the same employer, but you can always go get a job. So believe in yourself, make the leap, start your business and try it, because you can always go back. So I wish I would have done it sooner, because had I would be much more successful to this day. I truly believe that, because that 5 months, if I was actually not doing it at night and focusing during the day, I would have been, I had no idea the competitive landscape that was about to hit me. Like I mentioned, I launched Steals.com before Groupon, before Zulily, and they're huge businesses, of course. And of course, they went the route with funding and I did not. but I could have gotten much, much bigger because it was incredible the amount that the company grew as soon as I was focusing on it all day. And I mean, it was phenomenal what the changes that happened in the business almost immediately once I was able to just dedicate all my time and focus on just that. So that would be my advice to someone is make the leap, believe in yourself, because you can always go get another job. Having products shipped to your warehouse, managing, a gigantic fulfillment center, which we've done, the last 8 years, is very, very, very expensive. And you need to really be at full capacity almost in order to make the finances worth it. And Amazon has just totally changed the game and made it really difficult for other e-commerce companies that are a lot smaller like mine to really manage those expenses and take on the risk of buying the products, and then you're overcommitting and ending up with a lot of excess inventory. So Steals.com could not continue to bear the expense of purchasing products, having it shipped to our warehouse, and then managing the fulfillment center and shipping out the products to the consumer. That process became overly expensive for a site like ours. So we actually are in the middle of changing our business model entirely and launching a marketplace where brands can go and get a password to our website if their products are approved, and they can upload their products for sale on Steals.com, and we never have to bring the product to us and stock it and ship it anymore. And that's what we're in the middle of. It's a very, very, very big challenge in that we've worked with over 1,600 suppliers the last 8 years, and they all, of course, want us to buy their product in advance because it's a huge benefit for them. But retailers like mine have a really difficult time doing that anymore with the way Amazon has just changed the game. So we're in the middle of teaching our suppliers how they can continue to work with us through the marketplace, and it's actually been very well received. It's really exciting because in the past, the only way to work with Steals.com and get your brand highlighted with us was to be selected as the daily deal. And there's only 365 days a year, and so it really limited our ability of what brands we could work with, because the daily deal has to be the perfect product, the high quality, the right price, the right time, the right seasonality, and then, like I said, the guesstimate of how many are we going to buy. So it really limited our revenue, it limited our customer shopping experience. So what's nice about the marketplace that we have launched, and to a consumer, our Steals.com doesn't look much different. The only difference is there's a lot more to purchase in our categories in addition to the daily deal. The biggest advice that I give most people that tell me they're going to start a business is very simple. Never give equity in your business to someone that has skills that you can simply hire and fire. It's really tempting when you're starting a business to look for creative ways to get funding or not pay for employees or get something for less when you don't really have the money when you're starting out. So it's really tempting to say, "Oh, you know what? Can you do this for me and I'll give you this much percentage," or that kind of a thing. And I've seen that go wrong so many times through the years. Like I mentioned, we've worked with over 1,600 companies at Steals.com, and the number one reason that I see that people go out of business is because the business partners have some kind of a disagreement. And it's not because they didn't have a great business model. It's not because they didn't have an amazing product in this case. It's because the business partners didn't agree on something. So there's nothing that you can do that's more important than selecting the right partner if you choose to have a partner. So when you give equity in your business to someone, they are your partner at that point. And you have to make sure that they're adding something to the business that you can't just hire and fire. If I could go back, I would have at least the first couple years where everyone works together all day, every day, so that we can create efficiency, collaborate, grow faster, and really communicate better, because you have to really work hard to communicate with someone who isn't around you, and that alone takes a lot of effort. And communicating over text always leaves important details out. So that's the one thing I would change if I could go back and start over, is really create, I would make it mandatory that you would work in the office until, make it more of a privilege, not a right. and really collaborate together and be a lot more efficient and grow faster.